Cette commission sera la commission de la dernière chance. Soit nous réussissons à rapprocher les citoyens européens de l'Europe, soit nous échouons.
This challenge has the potential to change the European Union we have built. It has the potential even to destroy it.
Der 22. März war ein schwarzer Tag für Belgien, ein schwarzer Tag für Europa.
Britain will be leaving the European Union.
C'est un signal de liberté envoyé au monde entier. C'est aussi le cri d'amour d'un peuple pour son pays.
We love you, EU! We love you, EU!
The best way to react is to start an in-depth reform of the European Union.
Welcome to the summer agenda. If there was ever a time to give the speech of your life, can Mr Juncker deliver an action plan to stop the disintegration of Europe following the shock result of the UK referendum? A year on from his maiden State of the Union address, growth remains stagnant and real solutions are still lacking on migration. And now even bigger threats have emerged. The shadow of terrorism stalks Europe's capitals, and the UK's decision to quit the European Union could have a monumental impact on the very fabric of the European project. In his speech to be delivered after the summer break, the EU Commission President will set out the Commission's 2017 priorities. Reform is needed, but will it come?
Est apparu depuis quelques années un ensemble d'impayés.
C'est inacceptable de ne pas payer ce qui a été accordé.
Well, one thing that's not going to change because of a potential Brexit, the UK's €5 billion contribution to the 2017 EU budget. Scheduled to be presented to MEPs in May, but delayed to July the 1st. The €134.9 billion budget will focus on the economy and tackling the migration crisis. Here are some facts and figures. €10.6 billion will be put into research and development under Horizon 2020. €2 billion will be earmarked for Erasmus+. €5.2 billion will be spent to reinforce external borders and address the migration crisis. MEPs will start negotiations on the 2017 budget in autumn.
We need to speed up the Firearms Directive.
Es ist kein Vorschlag als Antwort auf die Terrorakte.
Following the multiple terrorist attacks in Paris and then later on in Brussels, plans are underway to upgrade laws on gun control. But can the European Parliament steer the legislation in the right direction to ensure that it can fight terrorism full throttle and not affect the rights of legal gun owners? At the end of last year, the EU executive detailed proposals to existing firearms legislation. The main aims: to stop two types of semi-automatic weapons, deactivated guns and Kalashnikovs falling into the wrong hands. But the proposed changes won't in themselves tackle the black market. So, will questions be raised over the legislation's ability to be used as a tool to tackle terrorism fully when it goes to plenary for the first time?
They use special lubricants which make the car move better. They disconnect the battery.
A lot of European consumers, they feel cheated, not just because of the Volkswagen scandal. Globally, 11 million cars were affected by Volkswagen's diesel dupe, where they manipulated car emissions testing data to make their cars appear cleaner than they actually were. But what comes next? Stricter emissions tests for all new cars will be introduced from September 2017. From the Parliament side, they set up an investigative committee, the Emission Measurements in the Automotive Sector, EMIS. And with their mandate almost up, they will present their final report at the end of the year. And now for some news in brief. A new regulation to improve the labelling and quality of organic products is in the final stages of negotiation. A deal with member states should be finalised by the end of the year. A final plenary vote awaits the agreement on the liberalisation of passenger rail travel in the EU. Currently, the legislation is awaiting approval from member states. A deal to overhaul the quality of medical devices has been done, but the final confirmation vote will take place just before Christmas. Attempts to make our lifestyles less disposable by making one man's waste another's new mobile phone takes a step closer to reality. At the end of the year, the Environment Committee will vote on all 4 circular economy reports: waste, landfill of waste, packaging of waste and end-of-life vehicles.
And finally, at the end of the year, awards season hits the Parliament. In the autumn, public screenings will begin for the films shortlisted for the Lux Film Prize, which celebrates European cinema. In November at the plenary, the winning Lux film will be announced. And at the December plenary, it'll be the turn to unveil the recipient of Parliament's Sakharov Prize for Freedom of Thought. It honours an individual or group of people that have fought for human rights and to fight oppression. And that's all we have for this agenda. Take care and enjoy the summer.
It seems to be